The Poaceae family, commonly known as grasses, are a plant family composed of more than 780 genders on a total of around 12,000 species all around the planet. It is believed that this family appeared on Earth around 100 million years ago, and since then it has been expanding and developing more and more species. The phylogenetic tree of Poaceae is a very big one, since the family has a total of 12 subfamilies that all belong to the grass family. The greatest and most varied subfamilies are the Bambusaceae, the subfamily that includes bamboos, which are known for their woody stems and are often used for construction, furniture, and crafts. The Poideae, that is comprising cold season grasses. This subfamily includes important cereal crops such as wheat, barley, oats, and rye. The Punicoaceae. This subfamily includes several important cereal crops like maize, sorghum, and millet. It also includes energy crops like sugarcane and biofuel grasses such as switchgrass. Grasses in this subfamily are often found in arid and semi-arid regions and include species such as Bermuda grass, buffalo grass, and dropset. Eryphytoideae. This subfamily includes rice and wild rice, which are important staple food for many people around the world. And at last, Arundinaceae. The species in this subfamily are found in various habitats and include grasses like giant reed lake. These subfamilies represent the main evolutionary lineages from the Poaceae family, each with its own set of characteristics, ecological niches, and economic importance. On a morphological level, grasses have some characteristics that make them very easy to differentiate from other herbaceous plants. Each plant is usually composed of shoots of consecutive branching order, each shoot receiving the name Tyler. They usually finish in an inflorescence. This is the place where the flower will grow upon the stem of the branch. In this inflorescence, the flowers will grow and eventually the seeds will be formed, as we can see in the inflorescence of this dry grass plant. It is important to note that each tiller is composed of a smaller unit called phytomers. A phytomer basically consists of a leaf, an auxiliary bud, the insertion node that relates the internode, and in some cases, adventitious root. In most of the grasses, we can differentiate between the rhizome, that is the root-like stem lying horizontally on the ground and bearing shoots, the tylers, and the leaves. So the leaves are the green thing in this plant. The tyler will be the whole structure, and the adventitious roots, the rhizome, will be the roots, the stem that creates new tylers. As one of the most widely extended families of plants on Earth, grasses have colonized most of Earth's surface, from the frozen tundras of Siberia to the hottest and driest deserts of Africa. They are present in a bigger or a smaller proportion in most of the terrestrial ecosystems of Earth, but they have an special importance in a certain type of ecosystem, characteristic of the template part of Earth, called grasslands. There are grasslands in almost every continent on Earth, being Antarctica the only exception. In grasslands, grasses have become the main family plant, and the whole grassland ecosystem depends on the grasses that live in it. In this ecosystem, grasses are the main primary producers, as well as being the food and habitat of countless species of animals. As well as playing a crucial role in grasslands, grasses are also a very important component of other ecosystems in the world, and have the ecological advantage of being a colonizing type of plant, able to colonize, persist, and transform environments. This ability is the result from combining effective long-distance dispersal of seeds, a great capacity of establishment in new areas, ecological flexibility, resilience to human disturbance, and the capacity to modify the environment they live in. Establishment success could be a consequence of the precocious embryo and large starch reservoirs, which may underpin the extreme short generation times in grasses. Possible bottleneck effects are avoided thanks to their wide pollination mechanism and the widespread occurrence of polyploidy in combination with gametic self-incompatibility. The ecological competitiveness of grasses is corroborated by their dominance across the range of environmental stress extremes tolerated by angiosperms. There are species of grasses living in the Sahara Desert, as well as 16 species that thrives in Antarctica. It has been calculated that between 30 and 40% of all the land surface on Earth is covered by grasslands, either natural grasslands or agricultural ones. This is not only due to the great capacity of grasses to thrive and colonize new places, but also, and especially, because of the usage that we humans have given to some species of Boaceae as our principal nutrient provider. We humans have domesticated some of the species of grasses that we used to eat. The loss of natural seed dispersal ability is what is commonly accepted as indicating domestication of cereals in an archaeological context. The process of domestication in the grasses has reached a point where the cereals we grow have lost most of their natural seed dispersal mechanisms, in a way that is very difficult for them to disperse in a natural way without human intervention. There are 4 major domesticated cereal complexes. Wheat, barley, rye, and oats are all near-eastern cereals and spread across Eurasia early during the history of agriculture. Rice is the principal cereal of South Asia, and sorghum and pear millet the major cereals of the African savanna, and maize is a domesticated cereal from Mesoamerica. Between these 4 major cereal complexes, they provide us with approximately 52% of all total daily calorie consumption of humans across the world. And that is well without taking into consideration that most of the proteins that we humans consume come from farm animals that have also been fed mostly with cereal-based products. A very interesting example of grass domestication is the case of maize. The interesting thing about maize is that during its process of domestication, it has suffered a great process of transformation to be more useful for humans, to the point that nowadays it's very different from its usual counterpart, to the point that for centuries scientists didn't even know that they were very closely related. This ancestor of maize is called Teosinte, and it's so different from nowadays maize that it wasn't until the middle 20th century that it was proved by the American genetist George Biddle that maize comes from Teosinte. Maize is unique in female inflorescence morphology among grasses. The pair female spikelets are arranged in more or less indurate couples around a central rachis in usually 8 or more rows. The closest square relative of maize, Teosinte, has a distichous female inflorescence. This basically means that while Teosinte has only a few spillets, very few, maize has 8 or more spillets around a central rachis, so it produces a lot more seeds that had a less tough cover surrounding them.